Hello friends, welcome back to Joyful IT Consultant YouTube channel. In this session, we will see how to build simple ASP.NET Web API using Visual Studio, and we will go through the folder structure and understand that little bit, and we will try to run that and see that we get the output, and also we will do a little bit of customization to understand the basic stuff. And moving forward, we will also deploy this web API to Azure, and we will try to consume that in consecutive videos. Okay, all right. So let's get it started with building simple web API using Visual Studio. All right, let's get it started. To do so, I'm going to launch my Visual Studio, and I am going to create a new project by clicking this link. And what I am choosing, ASP.NET Web Application. This is the guy, not core, but instead I would pick ASP.NET Web Application using .NET Framework. All right, so I would name it as Azure Web API. Okay, so I'm gonna say create. So here among these options, all I need is just Web API. Okay, a project template that creates a full HTTP service. Yes, so this is good. Let me see. Okay, I don't need HTTPS for now. I want to keep it simple. All right, here we go. So let's understand the structure. So I got solution and we have project, and if you see, there is a values controller, and under app.start we have web API config. So there are certain things, it has views also. Basically this is just web API. That means it provides data over HTTP. So I don't need this views for now because I am not implementing any web application or a user interface. All I need is service. Web API means it's just service. So I'm gonna delete this views folder. I don't need it. Even these JavaScripts all these JavaScripts folder used for UI, so I don't need it. I'm gonna delete this guy. Models, mm, we can have that models, but I'm going to remove that as well. So fonts also I don't need. So anything related to UI, I don't need it. Even this guy, I don't need it. Any CSS. The reason I am deleting is so that we really understand what all we need to implement a web API. So that makes sense. And as part of that, here, if you see controller, there is a home controller. Uh, it is returning view. I think it is meant for an MVC view. So I don't need this file at all. So I'm gonna delete this guy, and I am deleting areas. And this, let me try to build this guy now. All right, so here we go. Let me try to just run and see it works. It's just taking time. Okay, it failed. Well, see, this reason is I have deleted. See, this is how we will learn. So the reason it failed is we have deleted several files, including the scripts which are under resources file, right? So under bundle configuration. So this code is registering those files. Right now we don't have those files as I have deleted them. So now this should fix that. I can run it. All right, so no worries. It is still, I believe, up and running. But what I should do is, so this is the API controller. See, this values controller is inheriting from API controller class. So that says this controller is responsible for all the action methods like HTTP verbs, that is responsible for any request. So the reason I said that is, so we should be accessing values, the URI for any web API is going to be like this. So to be specific, this routing, web API routing, is present under web API config.cs. See, look at this. The default route is API controller name and any ID optional parameters. So this is how we can access. From here, we should be typing API, and the controller, the only controller we got is values controller. So I will put values, and that's it. Here we go. So this is by default calling this method, and these two values are returned. Okay, yeah. So I will try to customize it little bit so that we will understand it better. So I am going to write another method that says public string and get custom message, get my, sorry, get my custom message. Okay, all right, so here we go. I am going to stop this, guys, so that I will get rid of these lines. All right, now I'm going to simply return a string, probably custom message happy independence day. Okay, happy independence day. This is the custom message. Sorry, okay, this should work. So this is the custom message that uh, I am returning using this method. Okay, let's see if that works. I will be able to call this guy once again. So I would say values and get custom, get my custom message. See, the reason I won't be able to do that is it says clearly the request is invalid. The parameters dictionary contains null for parameter ID. So basically what the problem is, because just by defining a new method is not sufficient. So what we should be doing is we have to assign an attribute http get. So this gives an idea that, so basically this attribute gives an idea to the engine that this is a get method. Okay, yeah. By default this will be accessed, and to access this guy now it should work. See, now I'm gonna run this guy. Let me access values get my custom message. Let's see what is going wrong. Custom message. All right. So one more thing. See, the problem we are still not getting this is because this is mainly because of uh, what we should do is we have to go to this web API configuration. We have to define. See, the default route is confined to only this URL, API controller, and just ID. But we will be accessing, we should say to the routing engine that we shall be able to that we shall be we should be able to access that action method by action. Okay, so now this should work. Okay, sorry. So I just need to change it. So it's a custom API, I would say. Any name you can give, it is just a different name, because earlier I this because I copied, same name was there, so that's why it wrote exception. All right, now API values. So get my, so by the way, the URL is URL that we type is case, not case sensitive. All right, see, we got it. So this is the main reason that we didn't get. Uh, so this routing is important if we are accessing any custom action methods by its name. Okay. So all right. If you don't specify this, by default it is HTTP GET. If that is correct, even by removing this guy, it should able to run it. So let's try to access this guy. See, that's what I said. So this attribute, when it is inheriting API controller, that means by default it is get. Yeah, any method is by default get. So the key is, if you want to access by action name, you have to add this line. This is working. We can do little more customization to learn. So what I'm going to do, I don't like this to be accessed like a method from the URL. Instead, I would do say, what I'm going to do. I'm going to say name, action name as just custom message. Okay, maybe I'll use just custom message. Okay, so now I don't need to provide this exact action method defined in the code. Instead, just by mentioning custom message, I can still access this message. Okay, so this is kind of help us in implementing another layer of security. So I am not exposing the real method names, right? So which is good. So to test this, so I'm going to access this guy. Say it says it did not found, because this is what we wanted. So but just by typing custom msg, this should work. See, so friends, hope you understood the very first simple web API, how it works.